Let me tell you a story about our past and our future. A story about how brave warriors fought against a dangerous beast. A long time ago, people in South Africa were deeply afraid. They feared the beast of apartheid. Hungry for power and control, the beast set about destroying the lives of almost every South African who was not white. The beast made many laws, which allowed it to grow larger and stronger. In the late 1970s, 3 important legal organizations were founded: the Center for Applied Legal Studies, the Legal Resources Center, and the Lawyers for Human Rights. Collectively, they formed the shield and weapon against the beast. They worked for free, providing the highest standard of legal help to those in need. These organizations were able to thrive for 3 reasons. They took their instructions from those enslaved by the beast, making themselves workers for the workers. They had intelligence and education which they used to counter the growing intelligence of the beast. And they had friends from all over the world whose common humanity linked them to the growing fight against the beast. Their victories slowly spread across the landscape. Apartheid legislation was challenged before the courts by the LRC. The legal philosophy of the apartheid legislation was challenged by CALS, and the poorest South Africans were represented in the courts by the LHR. Public interest lawyers created a space where lawyers and activists could apply human rights law to challenge the beast. The stage was set for the corrupt apartheid law to be brought to justice. Then came 1990. The National Party government unbanned political parties and released many political prisoners and detainees. Lawyers, together with activists and communities, celebrated the victory against the beast. They began to write a new story. A story about a guardian fighting by their side, the Constitution. It was the dawn of a new era, giving back to us what apartheid had stolen. New laws were created to rid South Africa of the injustices created by the beast. People could not be evicted illegally. Citizens were to be provided with information from any state department. Fair administrative action was ensured. There was the promotion of equality, regardless of one's race, religion, nationality, culture, gender, or sexual orientation. It was during this phase that the meaning of the Constitution was tested to establish precedent, judgments which are binding on everyone, including other judges. In 1995, the issue of the death penalty was taken to the Constitutional Court. The court found the death penalty to be against the right to life and the right to dignity. The death penalty was thrown into a deep hole, never to be seen again. The battles of the new era were positive. Public interest lawyers were fighting with reason, not with hate. Fighting with the Constitution by their side. We were paving the road ahead, the journey to a time when no one would feel hurt by the cruelty of the beast. But the story doesn't end there. In the aftermath of the beast's life, many were left hungry, poor, and without access to fundamental rights such as food, water, and shelter. The landscape was changing. We saw the Constitution standing up for human rights and defending the law of the people. The Socio-Economic Rights Institute defended many cases confirming that the poor had the right to adequate shelter. Another case by the AIDS Law Project and the Treatment Action Campaign ensured that mothers with HIV were given antiretroviral treatment in public hospitals. The Lesbian and Gay Equality Project ensured that all homosexual couples have the same rights as the heterosexual couples. In one of the most recent cases by Section 27, the High Court intervened, ensuring that learners in Limpopo received textbooks to realize their right to education. And the list goes on. The lawyers, with the aid of their guardian, the Constitution, fight for the rights of everyone in South Africa. reason and law continued to guide our infant democracy. Today we all face a different task. We have created the plan to oust the legacy of the beast. Now we must implement it. The beast has left an unequal society, and public interest lawyers are slowly finding a new beast to fight. The beast of poverty, where the poor in South Africa are black and the rich are white. Where mansions are built while the homeless search for shelter. Where the real truth about our lives is that the beast is not entirely dead. We are in the age now of building and implementing. You see, our story, this long story, is still being told. We are still waiting to hear how this long walk will end.